even though our gesso isn't completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and put my base on here. What we are creating is going to be a rainbow. And so I just want a simple blue background. I've picked two colors of blue, an ocean green and a Key West. I'm just going to put that on my canvas. I want this, like the paint and the gesso, to kind of have some texture to it, so I'm making sure not to scrape the gesso off. I'm leaving it kind of chunky, and I like that. So we are going to be making a rainbow with our photo the center of the rainbow. I'm talking about bravery and strength. I hope that you've downloaded your PDF worksheet that has some words you can use on this canvas. Friends, for this project, you're going to need either a 12 by 12 canvas or an 11 by 14 size canvas. You're going to need a photo of yourself. I chose an up-to-date photo, but if you have one that you would like to use that maybe from a long time ago, please feel free. This is your canvas. If you don't want to use an image of yourself, you can also use a magazine image, but really try to find a photo of yourself. This is all about bravery, and this is a canvas that we want to place somewhere prominently in our homes so we can see it every day and we can see ourselves being brave and just reminding ourselves that we are worth all it takes to get to that amazing spot where we are living our authentic selves. So be sure and have a photo. The fun stuff that we're going to need, the really fun stuff, is we are going to use glitter. Ta-da! I've got glitter. I have got some wonderful fun things called tube confetti. You can find this at Dollar Tree. These handy little containers are at Dollar Tree as well. You get 4 of them for $1. I also have this, what I call pixie dust confetti. It's just super fine confetti. It's not confetti, it's glitter, sorry guys. And then glass beads. The glass beads are my favorite. They're really beautiful, and I got these off of Amazon. The last thing, and something maybe you never thought about using on a canvas, is sequins. I found these at Walmart, and we used these in a project that I did with the Wounded Warriors. We had so much fun using these. There are so many different varieties of sequins. There's butterflies, flowers, there's leaves, circles, stars, just so many awesome things. And I'm going to show you the best way to put this glitter down, sequins down, and how awesome it's going to look on your canvas. So the other thing you want to have is either acrylic paint or some gouache paint. You're also going to want to have some kind of gloss or Mod Podge. I'm using the 3D gloss by Art Basics, but feel free to use Mod Podge if that's what you have. And maybe some paint pens would be wonderful. If you don't have paint pens, guys, feel free. We are going to do some lettering on our canvas, but you don't have to have those paint pens. Here is your free download. Again, the link will be in our Patreon group. These are just some brave sayings that I thought you could either put on this canvas. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them on the canvas, or you can also use them in your art journals. Some of the sayings: let go and be who you are. I want to be brave with my life. Got my wings on and I am ready. My big, bold, brave life. Living brave. Come on, girl, you got this. Brave is beautiful. Believe in your power. Wake up to your brave life. Take risk, dream big, live brave. I am a brave soul. The other thing you need, again, is your photo. So I went ahead and I did make a copy, not a color copy, but a black and white copy. So I have this. So I've got both of them. I'm going to kind of see here what I want to do. Not quite sure yet. And then my canvas is all nice and dry and ready to go. I like the texture on this. That is from the gesso. I made sure that I kept that gesso kind of thick. All right, friends, I went ahead and after cutting my black and white photo out, I really decided that I don't want the black and white photo. So I decided to make a color copy of this same photo. I'm gonna cut it out. What I really like about it is it wasn't so vibrant as the original photo. And plus that original photo I wanna use, I'm making a photo book of my mom and I's trip to Pioneer Woman, and so I do want to use this photo in there, so I decided to make this color copy, and I think this is going to really make me happier than the black and white one. So I'm going to cut mine out. That is what I want you to do as well. Even if it's like a smaller photo, maybe it's a full body photo, whatever it is, just cut it out so it's just you. We don't want any background stuff on your photo, and you're gonna see why in a minute. If you don't have a photo that you're really happy about, I would just take a selfie. This is not a canvas that you have to get done this weekend by any means. This is for you to do at your leisure the whole month of November, really. And so take your time. Like that so much better. So see, this would be the black and white one. I like that so much better. All right. Now you're going to put this in the center because we're going to be making a rainbow. I'm going to put that up there a little bit. There you go. We're going to be making a rainbow around us. We're going to be the center of that rainbow. So you want to take and kind of get you in the middle of your canvas. Again, my canvas is horizontal. That's what I would recommend, unless you get a 12 by 12. If you get a 12 by 12, then obviously it doesn't matter. It's a square, but I didn't have a 12 by 12. So, all right, I'm gonna make that first rainbow half circle thing. I wanna make sure that that it's pretty thick because we're gonna be writing words and phrases and things on our rainbow around ourselves, so you want to make it big enough and use a pencil for this. Okay, you can always kind of put it in the center. All right, and then just make, and then one more. So we're gonna have a three line rainbow. The next step is picking out 3 of your favorite rainbow combinations. You could do anything. You could make this super light colors. You could make them dark jewel tone colors, pastel colors, whatever you want to do. This is your rainbow. I think I'm going to use yellow and put that as my background here for my photo. And then I'm thinking that I might do purple and then pink. That's what I'm thinking. I have a fuchsia and a deep purple. I also have a lime green just in case I decide differently, but I think I'm going with that. I'm just going to paint over the blue. Obviously, you might be thinking, well, why did you paint your whole background a color since you knew you were going to paint over it? That's just what I do, because that way I do have this blue that's left over at the top of my canvas. You can't see that right now, but that's just how I like to do it. But honestly, you don't have to paint your whole background if you don't want to. If you would just like to maybe just gesso your canvas and then paint the colors of your rainbow, you sure can. All right, as you can see, my first part of my rainbow is done, and I went ahead and instead of having those 3 bows, I ended up, so I took this green one and it was just going to be too big, and so I decided to just kind of go in the center between the yellow and the green, and then I just made one more, so it's going to be plenty of space for the lettering and the other fun things that we're going to do. So I have 4 different bows. This is going to go in the center. Okay, everything is dry. There's my photo, and I love, love, love that it's colored. This is what that black and white one would look like, and you can use that. It's going to look just as good, but I really want to use this color one of me. All right, let's get to the fun part. So remember too, guys, this is going to look very elementary at first because we haven't added any of our sparkles that we're going to add, any of our words, and we haven't outlined anything, and we're going to do that here in just a moment with paint pens. The next step of our rainbow canvas is we're now going to glue down that photo of yourself. I'm using this 3D gloss gel from Art Basics. I normally just use Mod Podge. This is just what I have on hand. You want to seal yourself in there. So do that. You can use that old motel key or credit card that you have, and you can get all the bubbles out and get that glue off of there, that stuff. Okay. Some of that is coming off in my work, and that's okay, because we're going to do some fun things with this part. I'm a little frustrated. I got something on my cheek here. Okay, this is, I can already tell, this is going to be a lesson in what happens when things don't go exactly the way that you want and you're working on a canvas like this. So what I could do, so there's something black has gotten on my cheek here, and I'm really not liking that. So what I could do, I could make another copy of myself. I could put the black and white one over it, but I don't want to do that. I could make another color copy. I don't want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up putting either one of my sequins that I'm going to show you here in just a minute on my cheek, or maybe a little heart or something. I don't know, I'm going to try to make it work. But anyway, sometimes when you mess up on a page or a project, it can actually be a blessing in disguise, because it can actually make you think outside of your comfort zone and maybe do something that you normally wouldn't. So sometimes it can be a good thing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a black Posca paint pen, and I'm going to be outlining my rainbow. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, if it's not perfect, it's going to look even better. So don't worry if it's kind of wobbly. All right, our next step is we are going to write something around our photo. What I'm going to write is love yourself enough. Whenever I think about this month's prompt, bravery and strength, I think about how much I want that in my life. I want that to be the foundation. My faith is my foundation, but then I want that to be right there with it. I want to have that bravery, that courage to be my authentic self. And so to do that, I have to love myself. And so this is going to be a reminder for me that I'm going to love myself enough to have courage, to be strong, to have a voice, to stop giving my power away. And so I'm going to start, but I want you to choose whatever phrase or words that you would like. Some ideas that you could do I've done this before, and so about 3 words are going to fit around yourself. And so love yourself enough is going to fit. You could do, you know, strength, bravery, something like that. Just write bigger letters. You could write, you know, 3 of your favorite words. Maybe you have had words in the past that really resonate with you. You can write those. Maybe there's just a phrase like love yourself enough, but it, you know, there might be another one that you like better. Whatever it is that is something that you want to see hanging in your space, that's what I want you to put around yourself, okay? I'm going to start doing that by using a pink Posca pen, and I'm just going to start writing the letters. Now, when I do this, I just write them, okay? I start out just writing them. I don't make them fat or anything. I just start writing. Okay, so that's just that thin version of Love Yourself Enough. Now I'm going to go back over with this Posca paint pen, and I'm going to just start coloring. Over and make those letters fatter. If you just, like if this step scares you to death, because I know some people are just really, if they don't want to use their own handwriting, you know, maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is a canvas, if I mess up. Remember, if you mess up, you can always just gesso over it and start again. But if you really, truly just do not want to write this yourself, then, you know, print it out on your computer. You can do that. You could use stamps. You could stamp on another piece of paper and then cut that out and put this in this area. But I'm going to encourage you to use your own handwriting. All right, that is on there. Love yourself enough. And now I want to take and I want to outline that. And so I think I'm going to use the black. I had thought about maybe using a purple or even this color, but this is so close to the sky blue, I decided not to do that. I think the black anyway will really make it pop. And so I'm just going to outline this. Outlining is always going to make everything just look more put together. So always remember that when you're working, even in your journals, guys. Outline does wonders for things. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can have some stuff kind of showing and not have no perfection here. Then I ended up putting a little heart here that I really love. Right. Love yourself enough. See how that black just makes it pop? It looks gorgeous. Okay. What are we going to do with the rest of these awesome bows in our rainbow? We are going to add the sparkles that I showed you earlier in the video. We've got glass beads, we have sequins, we have fine glitter, and then we have some bigger confetti glitter, and also the tube glitter that you can get from Dollar Tree. Has all of that glitter for just $1, guys. The sequins I did buy at Walmart. All right, so I'm gonna have fun with it, and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Add the sparkles. Again, get your gloss out or your Mod Podge, whatever you have. I'm gonna use my big foam brush, and I'm gonna use this big chunky glitter. And I think I'm gonna start with that. And then you're just gonna use, and you're just gonna, like, you're painting over your rainbow. Make sure it's nice and heavy on there. You want it nice and heavy, and also make sure your paint is dry. And you can start putting that on. As you put it on, remember that whatever does not have glue on it, it will not stay on it. So it's okay if you get it out of the lines. In fact, you kind of want to. You want to put a lot on there. That's what I've learned anyway. So I did a project similar to this one, but we made sunshine rays, and it was for the wounded warriors, the females that I taught. So for those of you, I think most of you know that I do art therapy with wounded warriors about 5 times a year. They come from all over the United States to our community, and then I am one of the teachers. It's such a huge, look what I just did. I just put my fingers in the glue. I was thinking it was the sparkles, but it wasn't. It's just one of the great joys of my life, though. I really love it. And the women loved this. It was a great project. It was a values project that they do with the warriors as part of the Wounded Warriors. And then I created an art lesson around that, and it really was awesome. And it's actually a lesson that I want to offer to you guys. I'm hoping that I can somehow utilize it. But that's where I got the idea to use the glitters, and then when I saw these sequins, just how unique and fun the sequins were, I was like, okay, this definitely can be on a canvas. This glitter was so cheap, guys. So if you use all of it, it's okay. It was $1. Okay, and again, just put it on heavy. This is gonna be this is a messy project. All right. All right, I think that's good. Oh, I already love it. I just want to keep all that on there. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you want to tap all the excess off, and you can do that. If you want, since it's so cheap, you can just do it over a trash can, or you could do it over something and save this glitter, but I'm actually just going to do it over a trash can because I don't really care too much about it. So I am going to kind of take it, though, and do this and make sure that it's really sticking before I start tapping it off. Okay, and kind of fill all the gaps in when we get done with all the glitter. Okay, so let's just start tapping that off, and I'll be back. I love all the glitter. There's so much glitter on my rainbow, and I love it. I wanted to show you a tip. So I did have quite a bit of glitter that got on this part of my rainbow, and I was trying to tap it into the trash, and it just wasn't coming off very good. So I just took this big dry brush, and I just started to brush it off, and it was perfect. So if you have something like this and you have extra glitter in places, this is going to work really well. All right, let's do this green part. I'm going to use a little bit smaller foam brush so I can kind of because you're basically just painting, right? You're just painting this glue on, basically. So just take your glue. All right, so in this one, so we have our sequins, we have our glass beads, and I think I'm going to use the glass beads and for this part of it. You're also probably wondering, okay, why did you paint your rainbow all these different colors? You're only going to cover them up with this glitter and stuff. Well, when you start doing this yourself, guys, you're gonna find, I don't know if, I think you can probably see it in this video, but that color does peek through. And so that's why I did that. I mean, it is gonna peek through. Okay, let's start those glass beads. Glass beads, actually it's called Silver Crushed Glass Glitter. I guess it's not glass beads. I got this on Amazon. These are really pretty. And these are expensive, so these I'm going to try to save, but we'll see. Because honestly, this is my canvas and I want it to be beautiful. So I'm not going to worry too much about the cost. I'm going to just spread that out over all the glue with my finger. I've just found that easiest to do with just my finger, like that. Kind of press it in there too, so it really stays nice. I love it, I love it. Okay, and then just do the rest of our bow. All right, so we have 2 of our bows, all nice and sparkly and just beautiful. The last thing I'm going to be putting on my rainbow is, these are the sequins, and you can find these at Walmart. There's just so many of them. There's so many different kinds. And what I did with the last project I use these for, I just kind of did them randomly. But I know when the ladies from the Wounded Warriors, a lot of them actually would just like, they took time to pick out just the butterflies or just the flowers. But I am kind of a random gal anyway. So I'm going to just do random things. And so before I even start doing that, because I honestly don't care what I put on here, I just think they're just so beautiful and different. I'm going to just get my glue ready again. I'm going to use that smaller one. And then I'm going to start just putting the glue in one, just like maybe one little spot. Make sure you get it up there pretty close. And then with these sequins, guys, you can get a whole big sack of these two. I'll show you the sack for like $4. So these sequins are beautiful, and I saw this snowflake and I want to put one of those snowflakes. I gotta get it. Okay, I'll just start doing this. But with the sequins, you just individually want to put them on. And again, I just do it randomly because I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of a random, I just like a lot of little different fun things on mine. You could just dump these out even and just put them on. But I think it's kind of fun. You just kind of draw and don't even know what you're going to get. I just think it adds a whole new element for mixed media projects. Just kind of fun. There's a big seashell. Okay. So I am just going to keep going through, friends, and I'm just going to keep putting little parts of the glue on, and then taking my sequins and putting them on. And then you're also, I'll show you this too here. I did put some glue over the top. Remember, it's going to dry clear, so it's all good. You just kind of tap it on. You don't want to do it too hard or they'll move. Kind of tap it on. Okay, it's going to be awesome. All right, so I got the sequins on there. It's still kind of drying. It's almost there. I took my heat iron to it. Then last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through our Brave worksheet phrases. And I'm going to pick out a few that I want to put on my canvas. I've decided that I'm going to put mine, I think, up in this corner. I'm going to move this here so you can see a little bit better. Up in that corner, and maybe one on this corner. You could also put them along the side. Honestly, you could fill your empty spaces with these if you want to. Some of the ones that are really resonating with me, got my wings on and I am ready. I really like that. I did not give myself wings in this. I was going to, and then I decided against it, so I don't think I'm going to use that phrase, but definitely you can add wings to your photo. I wanted to remind you guys of that. My big, bold, brave life. I'm living brave. Come on, girl, you got this. Brave is beautiful. Believe in your power. I really like that believe in your power. That really resonated with me, talking about taking our power back. And so I'm going to use that one. So I'm just going to cut it out. Remember, when we do this, you can either just leave it in a strip like this, or I always like to cut mine into smaller chunks. And so I'm going to make sure it's pretty close to that black, and then I'm going to do this. The two phrases I chose are believe in your power and live brave, dream big, take risk. I'm going to put these on using that gel medium. If I wanted to, I could highlight these with some ink, like an ink pad that you would use with stamps, or I can outline them with maybe a Posca paint pen if I want to. I could use a Dina Wakley scribble stick or a Neocolor crayon. I could also use colored pencils, or I could just leave them. And I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna know here when I get them on, but I can kind of tell already I'm just gonna leave them. Okay. Yay. All right, guys, so I did finish my project, and I wanted you to know that I decided when I turned the camera off that I really, I tried to fix that little black dot that appeared on my cheek from the Posca paint pen, and I just could not fix it. So I went ahead and printed myself another photo of me, and I really like it. I'm glad that I did that. I haven't sealed it on yet with the gel medium because I just want to make sure everything is completely dry before I do that. But I'm loving my canvas. Believe in your power, live brave, dream big, take risk. I did go around those letters with my Stabilo pencil. Highly recommend one of these. If you don't have one, you can buy them on Amazon. And I love them. I could have also, they're water soluble, so I could have also taken like a water brush or something to that and make it even blacker and more smudgier, but I just like the way it looks. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope that you make your own big, brave, beautiful canvas. Remember that it doesn't have to look like mine. This is just an example. If you guys want to put more words and phrases in part of your rainbows, please do that. I just wanted lots of sparkles, and I just wanted this reminder to love myself enough. Just a few little reminders from my free download, but if you guys want to do it a little bit differently, go ahead. I hope you will use lots of sparkles, and please post your things in the group. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Have a fabulous weekend, guys. Take care.